Now on for The Refuge.
It may not have it all, no carpet wall to wall, or look like the homes in magazines. It may not be spick and span, it may not have a man or other labour-saving machine. It may be in a mess, but nevertheless it's a refuge when the world falls apart at the sea.
Bean sprouts. And now I'm chopping the green peppers into a really fine slice.
Oh, don't go wrong, Mr. Wong. Stop in the same studio threw a shoe at Robin Day. Sir Robin Deedy, give it a bang. I don't believe in honorary titles. To me, it'll always be plain Robin Day.
Oh, never plain, not Sir Robin. I've always rather fancied him. I suppose it's impossible to live with all that rude interrupting. Couldn't stand it, not at breakfast.
Look, quick, he's going.
Don't go, Mr. Wong, I need you.
Too late, he's gone.
Well, that's that then, isn't it? There'll be no Chinese feasting in this flat this evening. Cancel the dragon.
Can't you do it without Mr. Wong?
Oh, I know absolutely nothing about Chinese cookery until yesterday. I thought a wok was a short-tongued pebble.
What? Oh, a rock.
Yes, very funny.
We're going to have to get the telly mended before tonight. I've got to watch a documentary. My boss told me to watch it. In fact, it was more like an order.
He can't order you to watch a TV programme in your own time. What's this documentary called?
Coping with redundancy. I think he's trying to tell me something.
Possibly.
I don't know whether you've noticed, Helen, but I've been rather depressed lately.
Yes, I had noticed that you'd stopped smiling, washing, changing your clothes and going to work, but I didn't want to interfere.
I'm on sick leave from work.
Good depression.
No, Bob Beavis told me I made him sick. I must take a week off. Oh, listen to this, Helen. Hi, Mrs. Housewife. TV on the blink. Just slip us the wink and we'll call round and twiddle your knobs. And look at the picture, a common blonde type languishing over a broken-down telly.
Aren't there any pictures of handsome men crying over kaput tellies? With efficient television repair, women flying to the rescue?
Can't see any. How about this? Jackie, fast, efficient and cheap. He only lives round the corner.
Yes, dear, why not? One man's very much like another. They're all the same with a bag over their heads and a tool in their hand.
Call yourself Jacqueline in the yellow pages, then I wouldn't have asked for your husband.
Oh, yeah? How much work do you think I'd get?
Lots. We'd have rung you, wouldn't we, Helen?
Yes, of course, but it was a nice surprise to see you at the door, Jackie, instead of some leering oaf. I was in the yellow pages under Jacqueline's TV repairs for 2 years. During that time, I got 10 call-outs. 5 from the Convent of the Sacred Heart of Mary, the Fallen One. They had a telly in the team colours, claps out black and white. 3 from Women's Aid, where the toddlers kept swallowing the knobs. And 2 from people requiring my sexual services. They thought TV repairs was some sort of code. So, I'm Jackie now. That way I get to eat and keep my husband in aftershave. He uses a lot, does he? He sounds very meticulous in his toilet. You're lucky. My husband has to be bribed into taking a bath. My husband doesn't bath at all. He just pours aftershave in his socks. Plastic boats, dear, that's the secret. He'll be in there for hours reenacting Pearl Harbor with a loofah and a bar of soap.
Dick was always in the bath.
Yes, you said he was wet.
Poor Dick, I wonder how he's managing without me. It's nearly 6 weeks now.
Dick, your bloke, is he?
Worse. We're split. We had an ideological difference of opinion.
That same as having a row?
Oh, no. We never rowed. Dick doesn't believe in raising his voice to a woman.
Nor his hat. Dick's very right on, isn't he, Dee Dee?
Oh, yes, he can't be faulted. Well, perhaps he's a little bit shaky on the history of feminism.
Me and him both, then. Looks like somebody's put a knitting needle up the back.
Dear, that was me. I spilled a packet of nuts and raisins down the back and I tried to price them out like this.
No, it's switched on! I still feel responsible. Oh, don't be. Dee Dee has a positive gift for self-abuse. I don't think I've ever seen that girl intact. She was knocked down by a snowplow when she was a child. Entirely her own fault. She was dressed in white from head to toe. The driver thought that she was a bump in the road. Well, I suppose I ought to drag myself out of there. Well, you're welcome to stay a little longer, Jackie. I dread going home after a job. As soon as I walk through the door, I can sense the atmosphere. There he sits, moaning because his dinner's not ready. Oh, no, he don't talk. Last time he spoke to me, we were at his mother's funeral. He said, nice bit of wood, that, pointing at the coffin. Does your husband work? No, I'm the breadwinner. Last time he worked was when Harold Wilson were in power. No, the Labour Party. See, I wouldn't mind the not speaking if he didn't spread rumours about me. I know I'm not the type he likes, but I'm not a dyke. Your husband goes round telling people you're a Dutch ditch. No. You know. Oh, that sort of dyke.
There's nothing wrong with being gay, Helen.
I don't need to be preached to by you, Dee Dee. My best friend prefers her own sex. Dear Cicely, she's madly happy now. She's living with a redhead in the Hebrides. It was an awful shock for everyone, of course. I mean, the Hebrides. Her husband was devastated.
She was married.
5 children, 2 boys, 2 girls, and 1 undecided. She and her lover met at the first night of the mousetrap, and they saw each other once a week in Harrod's tea rooms. And then when all the children left home, off she and her lover ran. It was so romantic.
With no regrets?
Well, naturally, they missed Harrod's. Don't matter what you do, does it? As soon as you step out of line, you get criticised for it. Wouldn't have this trouble if I worked in a sweet shop.
Sometimes I fantasize about working in a flower shop.
You'd only fall into a Venus flytrap.
I'm the victim of circumstances.
No, just a victim. You're trying interviewing yourself sometime. Why don't you get promoted? Why do you let Bob Beavis carry on like a pre-menstrual Mussolini?
I'm scared of him. He's so authoritative. If he told me to staple me mouth up, I would.
Oh, I do know, Dee Dee. I can only manage William on the phone. Face to face, he turns me to ectoplasm. Funny, isn't it? Oh, yeah, grown women frightened of saying out to men. I'd like to go home right now and shout, "What's up with your miserable chops, you idle git?" Well done. Thank you. What he's done to me over the years is mental cruelty, isn't it? Well, I'll be cruel to him. I'll give him a shock. I'll leave him for a bit. See if that don't get him talking to me. This is the refuge, isn't it? Yes. I'll get my stuff tomorrow. I've had enough of being a victim. I don't want to end up like her.
Bob Beavis, you're an idle parasite. I'm sick of doing all your work and you getting all my credit. I demand promotion.
William Crichton Crick, you may lay down the law in court, but in my judgment, you're lower than the lowest criminal. You're a boil on the behind of British justice. You will give me my share of the house.
Daddy here?
No, of course not. I'm just shouting at you.
It's rather a futile exercise, isn't it? He can't possibly hear you. He's over 10 miles away.
I'm just practicing. Now, all together, girls. Don't push me around. 1, 2, 3. Don't push me around!
Well, I've got something outside you can push around. Oh, it's incredibly heavy. Taxi driver retired, hurt and whimpering.
Perhaps he's a man of natural good taste. What is it?
It's representational of urban manhood. It's one of Giovanni's better pieces.
His less successful pieces are in the Chamber of Horrors, I suppose.
Gave it to you, did he?
No, I bought it. He didn't sell a single piece at his exhibition. I had to restore his fragile masculine pride and virility.
How much did you pay for it?
£300. He gave me a discount.
£300? You haven't got £300.
I'm off before there's a row. See you in a bit then.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Who's she? Jackie. She came to mend the telly and decided to stay for a few days. Be kind to her, Julia.
I am always kind. Haven't I been kind to poor Giovanni? Oh, Mummy, you should have seen his beautiful face light up. Thank you, my little tagliatelle, he whispered in his husky voice.
I didn't know Giovanni was Polish.
He has offered to sculpt me.
Yes, I always said you had a heart of marble. Turn on the telly, Dee Dee. It's question time. Let me lose myself.
Thank you, hello, and good evening, and welcome to another question time for 60 minutes of topical
Don't
argument on question
push
grade.
me around, you gorgeous brute.
Had to see you, Dee Dee. Haven't slept since you gave me the push. I just lie awake staring at the ceiling thinking about you. Do you remember how you fell off the ladder decorating that ceiling?
Yes, it took me a fortnight to get the white emulsion paint out of my hair.
Oh, Dee Dee, Dee Dee, Dee Dee.
Sound like a police car.
Do you love me, Dee Dee? Do you love your little Dicky Wicky? Eh? not the man I was, Dee Dee. I've seen the light.
Turn to Jesus.
Feminism. I've started a men's support group for the Refuge.
Who's in the group?
Well, one guy's joined already, and I am working on Bob Beavis.
Bob Beavis is such a sexist pig, he's got trotters instead of feet.
He's already bought a feminist T-shirt.
He wears it?
Not yet. He uses it for darts practice, but he is interested. Very interested. We all want you to cover our inaugural meeting for radio.
Where are you having the meeting?
Well, here, of course.
No, Dick, you've seen the notice. No men.
Look, you need a men's support group. Funny rumours have been going around about this place. People say that this is the headquarters of a weird religious cult. Apparently you're all fanatical men-haters who shrink men's heads and put them on display.
No wonder the postman stopped calling. Oh, I don't know, Dick. I'll never persuade the others.
Bob's insisting you cover it for radio. Otherwise he's going to replace you this week. He says you're unstable and neurotic.
What proof has he got?
You refuse to make the tea.
Bob Beavis wouldn't be at this meeting, would he?
No, he's judging a phone-in beauty contest. Shall we say, 7:30 tomorrow night? Hey, babe? You do love me, don't you?
When the occasion is special, Black Velvet, a romantic new perfume from Yardley. When the occasion is special, wear Black Velvet. Rich, warm, and beautifully effective. Black Velvet perfume by Yardley.
Our journey around the world was taking rather longer than 80 days. Thank goodness, en route, we discovered mignon morceau, a delicious garlic snack. However, thanks to favorable wind conditions, we arrived in Mexico on time to enjoy the flavorsome tortilla chips and encountered the extraordinary Mexican hat dance. Phileas Fogg, first-class snacks from around the world.
Delicious wine, Ian.
Guess where it's from?
Excellent nose, good colour, fine claret, certainly.
Wrong, I'm afraid, and far from fine Bordeaux in price. Nicola?
Well, definitely French.
Nope. It's a Cabernet Sauvignon from Bulgaria.
Bulgaria?
Yes, one of the world's leading wine exporters. Wine that fooled you all. Zdrave.
Bulgarian wine, an education in itself.
We want blue stripes, we want white, we want the red stripes, but that's all right. As you can see, Aquafresh has all three. Aquafresh is for the family.
The red stripe helps fight plaque and protects gums. The white stripe has fluoride to fight decay. And there's a blue stripe for fresh breath. So Aquafresh gives 3-in-1 protection for your family.
Brush, brush, red stripe, blue stripe, white. Brush, brush, gurgle, gurgle, it's just right. Aquafresh has to be the only one with all three. 3-in-1 protection for your family.
To get a free quotation for your car insurance, just dial 100 and ask for free phone AA auto quote tomorrow.
Thank you for walking me back. I was feeling suicidal standing at the bus stop.
Ach, I know. Them 77s would drive a saint to despair.
I'd waited there for 25 minutes, but it wasn't that. I just had such a trying day, and then suddenly the strains of the Blue Danube.
Aye, that one always goes down well at the opera.
You play at the opera?
Oh, aye. The money's awful good. Hello, Dolly, that's another favourite.
I didn't know Covent Garden had mounted Hello, Dolly.
No, they haven't. They was doing the Merry Widow inside. I was doing Hello, Dolly outside.
Well, the way things are going, I'm going to have to take up busking. If only I hadn't been such a duffer at music.
I can play Deutschland über alles on the recorder. Shall I show you?
No, thank you, Dee Dee. I've had a trying day.
Wasn't your lawyer any help?
Oh, Giles. He took me to breakfast at the Grand and over Buck's Fizz told me that I couldn't afford his services. And to prove his point, he left me with a bill. If I hadn't given the head waiter a Masonic handshake, I'd be there still. Up to my elbows in washing up liquid. And then I went down to the law centre. I've never been so disgusted.
With the advice they gave you?
No, with the dreadful appearance of the young man who gave it. His jumper was like a matted dog.
But what did he say?
Oh, well, unless the house is in my name, I don't officially own it.
Is it?
Of course not in those days. We trusted men.
Well, there must be some way round it. Get Julia to look it up in her books when she gets in from work.
Nothing would give me greater pleasure than to see Julia poring over her law books, but it's not to be, I'm afraid. She's been using them as a trouser press for the last 6 months.
I caught her tearing one up for lavatory paper when we ran out of the Sun.
Which one was that?
An A to B of women's rights.
A to B, not A to Z?
No, it's only enough to cover 2 pages. Flo, will you be staying long?
How long is long?
This evening. It's just, you see, we haven't got many chairs.
Well, don't be absurd, Dee Dee. We're not expecting a crowd.
No, well, that's just it. You see... Oh, dear. Jackie, hello. Wonder where you got to.
Brian was hiding in the tool shed. He locked me inside the house and took the key. I had to get out the window. He didn't want you to leave. Oh, he didn't care about me leaving. He said he'd have a nervous breakdown if I took the video.
Aye, the hospitals are full of people who flip because the dole office won't pay their hire purchase.
I wouldn't mind, but he can't work it. It's me that has to twiddle the knobs if he wants a mucky movie. I bought this with my own money, fixed it with my own hands. It's all I've got to show for 15 years marriage. Well, put it under the table for now. We'll find a place later.
Hey, let me help. Oh, dear.
Out the way, Dee Dee. I'm on the track of a dangerous criminal. Excuse me, madam. Where are you taking that video?
I'm not taking it anywhere. I'm leaving it here.
I think I should warn you that I know it's stolen property.
No, it's not. It's mine.
Oh, yes. I suppose you often climb out of the lavatory with your video. You'll be telling me next it's got a collar and chain and it's called Rover.
Brenda, dear.
Don't get involved, Helen. These video nasties are 2 a penny.
But there's been some mistake. Jackie's staying here.
Over my dead body. This place has got a dangerous reputation as it is.
Dangerous?
I was on traffic control today. I had to turn away 4 coach parties.
4?
They was coming to gawp at these premises.
Well, hardly a local beauty spot. The dustmen haven't called for a month.
They wasn't interested in beauty, Mum. They was coming to view the scene of the ghoulish crimes.
What crimes?
They've heard you eat men.
What?
After doing all sorts of unspeakables to them.
What? Like making them change their socks?
That sort of thing.
Oh, come out, Brenda. This video belongs to Jackie. On my word of honour.
But it has a receipt. You're worse than the VAT man. Oh, well, that's different. Can't be too careful. Ever alert. What are those pills? Tranquilizers. Doctor says I'm overreactive.
They'll turn you into a vegetable.
Vegetable? Funny. That's what the chief inspector said.
Is he worried about you taking pills?
I don't know, but he called me turnip head this morning. Oh, hello, Flo. You come to the meeting?
Hello, Brenda. I haven't seen you since you moved me on after the mayor's drag ball.
Oh, no, sorry about that, Flo, but you wasn't dressed for the occasion. It was strictly black suspender.
Did you say meeting?
Yeah. Dee Dee rang me to say there was a do for us women to meet some blokes what could tell us about being feminist.
What?
I've always been interested. Ever since I arrested a bunch of women on a peace march. I was very impressed by the way they spoke to the chief.
Non-violent direct action?
It was direct, all right. They called him a blanking toe rag and kicked him in his wedding tackle.
Dee Dee? Yes, I was going to mention it. I just didn't find the right moment.
A rule is a rule, Dee Dee. We've only got one.
But this is different.
Come on, darling, put your back into it. You're not trying.
They are feminists, after all.
So a feminist? I've never heard anything so ridiculous. There's only one area of a woman's body he's interested in, and it's certainly not the head.
So you won't let them in?
Certainly not. Well, I can't prevent you having a meeting on the landing, but if a man comes inside, I shall turn very nasty.
Yeah, nice one. Thank you very much. Wow. Wow. Thanks. Will you be joining us?
I don't know. It depends how fascinating you are. But if you're going to talk about women's things, I warn you I shall throw up. The mere thought of it makes me queasy.
Yeah. Have you read Jung on the menstrual metaphor?
What would he know about it? He never had a period pain in his life.
She won't give in.
Can I call this meeting to order? I haven't got all night. I've got all the chief's paperwork to do when I get back.
Tell him to do it himself, sister. Men must learn to serve.
He'll have to learn to read and write first. He can only make a fingerprint.
1, 2, 3. We should elect a chairman.
Chairperson, Didi.
Slip of the tongue. I nominate Dick.
Seconded.
Thirded. Doesn't need to be thirded.
I know, I just felt like joining in.
What? Welcome to the first meeting of the Refuge's men's support group.
Ain't there anyone else coming?
Good point. I'll put it down under any other business.
Just a minute. Do you mean your poxy group only has 2 members?
We may be few, but we are mighty in spirit.
We sure are. I had 3 Bacardis before I got here.
You two are about as much support as a pair of pantyhose.
Give him a chance, Julia.
Perhaps we could start with a definition of our politics.
Oh, I didn't know you were political. I don't hold with that.
Dick means sexual politics, Jackie.
Aye, they're dirty buggers, them MPs.
No. I mean, like, what is a feminist?
They're fat and ugly, with hairy chins and no sense of humour.
Who told you that?
I read it in the Daily Mail.
They don't wear makeup or paint their nails.
Oh, what a relief. That lets me out.
Feminist. Is that no some kind of deodorant?
It's a woman who discovers at a certain age that after 40 years hard labour, she's penniless, alone, and no longer sexy in bed.
That ain't true, woman. Why? Used like vintage wine.
Yes, corked and very liverish.
Helen is right up to a point. But these women have no analysis. They haven't read the books.
I appreciate that life is no substitute for books, Dick, but I don't need a course in further education to understand that my husband won't give me a bean.
Mother, is this true?
Yes, I had it from my lawyer this morning.
We should get a second opinion.
I did. The diagnosis was the same. Galloping poverty followed by death.
I'll see about that.
You're not leaving already?
My husband left me on Ramsgate Pier.
Just walked off, did he?
No, he lashed me to the girders to make sure I got the tights. It was the candy floss that did it.
Ow.
Well, he said it was like a wife. He'd had the sugar, now he was down to the stick.
Look, can we stick to the agenda?
Oh, what's next, then?
We have to make some rules.
Huh? Beginning to sound like the station. Police work is all by the book.
Which book?
Enid Blyton. It's got their favourite characters, Naughty Golly and Mr. Plod.
Is someone keeping the minutes?
I don't know, but I'm counting them. I'm dying for a pee.
Let's move on to forms of action.
You mean like marches and demonstrations?
Oh, I love a demo. I've played on loads of them.
This isn't frivolous fun, sister. We're making a serious point here.
Well, if it's not going to be any fun, I'm not coming. I'm going to the lab.
Well, I'm game.
Women are oppressed because they have mild and gentle natures. We have to show we're ready to fight, take aggressive action if need be.
Oh, I don't like the idea of that because somebody might get hurt.
Yes, fighting in the streets best left to the police. They've got the training for it.
I don't want to spill any blood, man, especially if it's mine.
Cool it, everybody. It's only an idea, okay? I guess women are happier with non-dynamic roles.
No, I ain't non-dynamic. I work a 10-hour day and run 10 miles twice a week.
Yes, you have to be fit in my job. I could arm wrestle a chimp.
How do you know?
I practice on the chief. Come on, Jackie. I think we've heard enough.
Perhaps I was going too fast for the moment. I couldn't seem to get through.
Oh, I think you did.
See, chicks have trouble being objective. They can't look at men and see what rotten shits they really are. I mean, just look at you. A pathetic wimp in feminist clothing. You let Bob Beavis treat you like a silly little worm.
No,
Listen, love, learn to assert yourself. Don't let men push you around. Stop taking abuse, you silly cow. You've got to talk to men in their own napping language.
Goodbye, Dick.
Eh?
I'm talking to you in your own naffing language. Bugger off.
Nevertheless, it's a refuge in the world for the heart. At the sea